Hello puppets, Media Ghoul here. Riot have just dropped a trailer for their next season of League of Legends titled Welcome to Noxus. The trailer is animated by Fortiche, and we know that Noxus is a location the Arcane team are exploring for new shows. So, potentially, what we see in this trailer may be a test or preview of sorts of the characters and events we may be following, at least in part, in the next show. Of course, this is just a trailer for the game. This is no confirmation of anything at all, but it's fun to pretend, right? So let's just do that. And of course it goes without saying, but be warned for potential spoilers for the upcoming show if any of this means anything at all.
And by my hand will Noxus rise once more.
If you've seen Arcane, you know Noxus is where Ambisa and her forces come from. The Empire is fearsome and brutal. Over the years it has expanded its borders, taking land by force and oftentimes a lot of bloodshed. And y'all thought Piltover was bad. They are not an unstoppable force, however.
You serious?
As places like Demacia and Ionia have successfully stood against them many times. Demacia and Ionia being the two other locations being explored for a spin-off show. All three locations have a host of interesting characters we could follow and events we could see. We have a couple ties to characters from Arcane, namely Singed, who does something, just lovely to Ionia, and potentially Caitlyn, who's investigating Noxian spies. So we may see those two characters, along with Vi being with Caitlyn, of course. As a quick aside, I've seen a lot of people think this imagery here is of Victor, but it's of the wolf, one half of Kindred, a god of death, the being we see in Ambisa's music video. The wolf is worshipped in Noxus, while the lamb half is worshipped more in the other locations, potentially in the upcoming show. We all know Mel, and it would make sense to have her as a POV character, as the show will be able to explain Noxus and the other locations to the audience through Mel. Darius is a big man with a big battle axe. He's one of Noxus's best warriors, most brutal commanders, and the best darn dunker in town. It would not surprise me at all if we cover his rivalry with Garen, a big man with a big sword from Demacia. Trundle is a troll from the snow biome of Freljord. Some people think that that's where Jace is saved as a child in Arcane, though the Arcane wiki just says it was a snowstorm, with no real location involved. If you want to know the kind of troll Trundle is, here is the second and third sentence from his wiki. Fiercely territorial, he chases down anyone foolish enough to enter his domain. Then, his massive club of true ice at the ready, he chills his enemies to the bone and impales them with jagged, frozen pillars, laughing as they bleed out onto the tundra. So basically, he's a really nice, chill guy. Katarina is a fiercely loyal Noxian assassin. If she starts spinning around, you best get to running. Katarina will have a very, very big role to play in the story, depending on when it's set. Katarina's sister, Cassiopeia, is a member of the Black Rose Society. Elise was once the mistress to a powerful noble house, until she was bitten by a radioactive spider. Now she's the Noxus's horrible neighborhood spider-woman. She's aligned with the Black Rose Society, so we may see some interaction between her and Mel. LeBlanc is over 1,000 years old, older than Noxus itself. We've seen a glimpse of her and her abilities in Arcane. She's a very powerful sorcerer and one of the leaders of the Black Rose Society. She's a schemer with plans and plots that involve the downfalls of empires and kingdoms. The Deceiver, though, somehow got deceived by Mel in Arcane. Anyway, Vladimir, like LeBlanc, is very, very old, using his vampiric-like hemomancy to extend his life through blood magic and sacrifice. He was worshipped as a god by the Noxus barbarians until he was approached by LeBlanc, with them forming the Black Rose and establishing Noxus through war, bloodshed, and a whole lot of magic. We see Darius and Trundle fighting on what seems to be the border of Noxus and the Freljord. Darius was sent there to conquer it, so perhaps Trundle offered a 1v1 with their best fighter as a show of strength. The conflict between the Freljord and Noxus is where Darius loses his son Decius, only to come home and watch his daughter kill his wife. Oh my! If we do get the Freljord, I can't wait to see that actually, guys, Loris didn't die. The shot in his neck just changed his accent and he goes by Brom now. You see, it was all leading up to this. Katarina is trying to assassinate someone when she's interrupted by Elise. They have a fight, then Kat successfully completes the job. Katarina is the Noxian Grand General Swain's assassin. Swain wants to take down the Black Rose. Elise is allied with the Black Rose, so the conflict here makes sense. Perhaps Swain and Mel will find common cause against the Black Rose in the upcoming show. I don't know, we'll see. From the trailer, we can see Mel will be hunting down the Black Rose Society. Perhaps she will be the one to bring calamity and not Ambessa, as LeBlanc saw in her visions. At the end of the trailer, we see the two rulers of the Black Rose Society, LeBlanc and Vladimir, the two villains in an empire of scum and villainy. If Mel is a POV, these two will most assuredly be the antagonists of the show, scheming in the shadows, deceiving characters with magic and illusion, Vlad having a Blade 1-esque rave. It's gonna be a good time. There are a lot of characters and stories to tell in Noxus alone. Having Demacia and Ionia in the mix is gonna be jam-packed, but it does allow for a number of great conflicts and events to take place. If anything in this trailer is to be taken seriously in regards to any upcoming show, the characters they have chosen, along with Swain, is a decent roster with a lot of potential. Any actual show, however, is years away, so all we can do is speculate at this point until we get any actual confirmation. So, between Noxus, Demacia and Ionia, what character or event are you looking forward to seeing the most? I'm already seeing a tidal wave of light cannon shipping in the fandom. And so it begins. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video.